MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Should be a good one here this afternoon between the Washington Nationals and the New York Mets. A big-time arm and a power bat. Should be fun. First pitch is next. Seth Lugo starts the game on the mound for the third and final game of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, we're looking at a guy that knows how to pitch. Last year, his ERA was just under 3.5 for the season, and I would imagine going into the offseason, he's looking to better that, and hopefully he gets off to a good start. And we'll see if that starts in this one today.
Digging in now, Trey Turner, and we are ready for some daytime baseball. Fouled away. A very comfortable afternoon for baseball. 61 degrees our game time temperature. And 2-2. Still hanging with him. Another good swing to keep it going. The 2-2 one more time. And it's fouled away. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
These are the kind of ABs, regardless of the outcome. You go back to the dugout as the offensive player, and your teammates are loving on you for making that pitcher work and battling it out.
Smoked on the ground left side, and Lowry won't be able to track it down. This gets through, a base hit.
I know in today's game everybody's trying to go yard, but can you look at having a better at bat as a leadoff hitter? You take it full count, you make the pitcher work, and then you come through with a knock. Great start.
He's going into the box now. Howie Kendrick, a pitch out, the throw, and it's not in time as he's in well ahead of the throw. Turner stands at second with no outs. All even now, 2-2. Kendrick waiting, now the pitch. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
To the plate now, Juan Soto. And that fastball's too much for him there, 1-2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Hit hard down the line. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. Has a look, now the pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't place it on the inside corner any better than that. And as a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can work the inside with his fastball.
In now, Vladimir Guerrero. Swing, and he pops him up. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
This is why it's so important to give your cleanup hitter an opportunity to hit with runners in scoring position. He does just what he's supposed to do, lacing a double and driving in a run, just like you draw it up.
At the plate now, Andre Dawson. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. These Mets, fellas, as they take the field here today, they come into this one in good spirits, fresh off their first victory of the new campaign last time out.
Yeah, Matty, we had a saying in Texas, hit or get left behind. And that's exactly what this team did in their last game. Scored a bunch of runs, but good approach at the plate, working the ball to all gaps. Line to line, this team swung the bats well. I'm going to be looking for that again in this one.
Popped him up. Ramos is there. And that ends the inning. One for the Nationals on the RBI double. On to the bottom of the first. It's now 1-0 Washington. Dennis Martinez will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this ought to be fun to watch in this one here today. A guy with over 2,000 career strikeouts. Think about it. He knows how to get swings and misses, and he knows how to paint the corners. Hopefully, he'll bring some of that in this one here, and he should be fun to watch.
Jeff McNeil will be the next to take a turn. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Ready to deliver the 1-2.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Line drive base hit.
Wow, I'm shocked he even pulled the trigger on that pitch. He might have been fooled right there, but he was able to keep his hands back and scramble a good pitch for a base hit.
So now to the plate, Michael Conforto. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. Fellas, the Nationals, as they take the field here today, it's official now. They will not go 162-0 as they were handed their first loss of the season last time out.
Yeah, Matty, these players got in their cars today to drive to the stadium, focused on one thing. Not who was going to be the hero, just the fact that they needed a W, and that one of their teammates, whether it's them or someone else, has to come up with a big knock.
Nobody out, runner on first. Pitch saws him off as this one's lifted in the air. In there, a base hit. And the throw will go to second as they get the force out.
Oh, man, I don't know how that happened. Looked to be a base hit to the outfield, but then all of a sudden the throw comes in and they get the force on the plate. To be honest, that just can't happen.
Next for the Mets, Robinson Cano. He's gone over his first 6 at-bats in the series so far. Easy take there as the off-speed pitch misses well inside.
Sitting in a good spot right here. 2-ball, 1-strike count is yet to see a fastball. Have to be sitting on one right here.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Slapped hard the opposite way. Soto is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
Batting fourth, the first baseman, Pete.
So here's Pete Alonso. He was one of the stars from yesterday's game as he had 3 hits in the victory. The 2-1 home will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
No reason to sit on anything other than hard stuff in a location you like and drive it right now.
The 3-1 pitch. 3-2 full count.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Fouled off. Out of the stretch, the 3-2 pitch home. And a good at-bat that time as he lays off for ball 4. And as a result, that'll move a runner up into scoring position now with 2 away.
Oh, man, I think this walk is going to grind at him for a bit. He just missed, and now the inning continues with the man in scoring position.
So striding in, Dominic Smith, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Ready with the 1-1. This is lifted out to left. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. 2 left for the Mets. They still trail 1-0. New inning set to get underway, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Gary Carter. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a liner. Foul.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
Lifted in the air to center. Cespedes is there. He's got it 1 away.
Batting 7, the third baseman, Starlin Castro.
Striding in now for the Nats, Starlin Castro. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2.
Well, they got to him in the first inning, which is huge, but he looks a lot more settled into this ball game right now. He's not the kind of pitcher you want to let get into a groove out there.
The 1-2. And he takes very close to the inside corner here. 2-2 though. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Balls and strikes belong to Mr. Jerry Hillsdale.
Dero, Jerry Hillsdale might be one of the more solid everyday umpires in the league right now.
Yeah, I think he's one of the best in the business, Dan. High praise all around. You go into both meetings with the managers, and what do? They rave about Jerry Hillsdale.
So he froze him for the strikeout. Starlin Castro is sent packing for out number 2 in the inning. At the plate, Ryan Zimmerman. And this one runs a little too far in. Ball 2. 2 out, nobody on. On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Hey, newsflash, think he was guessing, boys? Because that was an ugly swing right there.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington, who played an inning and a half. It's 1-0. Yoenis Cespedes striding in next. He's 3 for 7 in the series coming in. Here's the 1-1. 2-1. Fly ball out to straightaway right. And Vlad will put this one away for route number 1.
Batting seventh, the shortstop, Jed Lowry.
So 1 away here with the bases empty, and that'll bring in the shortstop, Jed Lowry. And this will be fouled away. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. Swing and a miss as he ran that two-seamer right by him for the second out.
Nice two-seam fastball there. You don't usually see a lot of swings and misses with that pitch unless it's really moving. So that one must have had some real good late life.
Into the box now, Wilson Ramos. Line towards center field. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
I can't tell you guys how fired up Bobby Cox used to get when the 8-hole hitter would get a knock. And I would know that, boys, because I batted an awful lot in that 8-hole in my early days.
Standing in now, Seth Lugo. Pops this one up. Castro is there for it. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Mets strand 1. They trail this one 1-0. Into the box now, the Nationals pitcher, Dennis Martinez, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one. Now the 1-1 pitch. Lays off the slider that time. 2-1.
You certainly know he's not trying to work around the pitcher, but sometimes the hardest thing to do is to throw a strike to a guy that you know won't swing the bat.
Now the 2-1. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. And Lowry will look this one in for the first out.
The shortstop, Trey Turner.
So the base is empty here with 1 away. And that'll bring up one of the fastest players in all the land, Trey Turner. The 2-1 home.
Oh, that's cool.
Waiting on deck is Howie Kendrick. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
Oh, and that was a big mistake right there. This guy might be their best base stealing threat in the lineup, so now he's got a chance to move into scoring position without even putting the ball into play.
So a runner at first with 1 out now, and stepping in is the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Throw over to the bag, and the runner back safely. Runner. 1-1. Turner's on his horse on his way to second. Strike called. Now the throw down. is going to be far too late. That's a stolen base.
That's pretty savvy base running, right? A lot of pitchers don't throw over twice in a row, so I think he was going on first movement, and it worked out nicely.
And he fouls this one off. The 1-2. Hit hard to the right side. He's got it, and he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
The left fielder, number 22, Juan Soto.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Juan Soto. First time up, he went down looking.
Yeah, pretty deflating at bat right there, Matty. Not only for him, but the team as well. He's got to find a way to pull a trigger. Can't get caught guessing with runners in scoring position.
Now a foul tip that's held onto at the plate, and the count moves to 1-2 now. 2 outs here with a runner at third. There's a breaking ball blocked by Ramos, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Hard hit toward the hole, and that's through into left field for a base hit, and they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
Hey, D-Row, they're off to a nice 2-0 lead right here. Now I think it's time to keep the pressure on and try to add on.
Yeah, this guy's a quality pitcher, and you know at any moment he gets into a rhythm, he can rattle off some donuts up there. So this is a nice job by the offense, but not done yet.
In now, Vladimir Guerrero, and a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
Hey, after the double in his first at-bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
2 out with the man at first. And here's a ball hit in the air. Right fielder coming on, but this will land untouched. The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
Good spot for an RBI. Put the ball in play with the runner in motion. He could score all the way from first.
Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. A run, a hit, and a man left. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The Nationals are out in front here, 2-0. Bottom of the inning now, and set to go as the third baseman, Jeff McNeil.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
And he popped him up over toward the left side of the infield. Martinez will do this himself, and that's the first out.
The right fielder, number 30, Michael.
So one man gone for the Mets in the third, and up next the left-handed hitting Michael Conforto. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Right side. Kendrick has it, and there are 2 away now.
Not a lot you can do with that pitch. That fastball just ate him up inside and gets the soft grounder for the out.
Into the box, Robinson Cano hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he hit it hard. That's all you can ask. You can't control the result sometimes, Matty. Just unlucky with the placement.
He pops him up toward the left side of the infield. Turner will put this one away, and the side is retired. Mets go down 1-2-3. They're still down. It's 2-0. Welcome back to Flushing, Queens. Before we get back to baseball, let's check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. All set for the start of the fourth. And that means up next it'll be the Hall of Famer Andre Dawson.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
And it's 3-1 to the Hall of Famer Andre Dawson.
If I'm in the box right now, I'm coming unglued. He is going to throw something over the heart of the plate.
Hit out of play, and it's a full count now. Now the 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. Down the first baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
And I'm sure the manager is just fine with that. I mean, it's better to battle a slugger like that to the end and end up walking him than serving on up where he can really hurt you.
And the Hall of Fame catcher Gary Carter hits next. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Count even to the kid. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carter.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Ready with the 2-2. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first down.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
Here's a look over to first. And a dive, but he's back in there. To the plate now, Starlin Castro. Pitch misses low. The throw down is not close as he's in there with a stolen base. The 2-1. Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Smith is in his tracks now as he makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. 2 out here and a runner at second. Ball 3.
That hook stayed up in the zone. You can see he struggled with that curveball early. He's trying to find that release point with his off-speed pitches. Love to see if he can find the feel for that thing moving forward.
The 3-1 pitch. Here's a swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. It's a full count now, 3-2.
Even though it's early on in this one, anytime you get runners in scoring position, you'd like to knock them in.
High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. The next 3-2. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. One left for Washington, but they hold a 2-0 lead. Ready to go in the bottom of the 4th. And up steps the power bat of Pete Alonso.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Breaking ball that drops in for a strike. And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Next up from New York, Dominic Smith comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. The 1-2 pitch. And this one's in the dirt. Ball's there, and he is out. Good throw. The 2-2. Right side, defense aligned perfectly. Gloved by Kendrick. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
The batter, the center fielder, Joe Cespedes.
So here's Yoenis Cespedes. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. 3-2 pitch. Is swung on and missed. He got him. Mets go down quickly. They trail things here 2-0. Marcus Stroman will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far.
Number 0, Marcus Stroman.
All set for the start of the inning and set to stand in as the veteran pitcher, Dennis Martinez. Looked like the sinker there dipped a little below the knees. Stroman, also known as Stro Show at times. He's currently on a 1-year deal, so he stands to be a free agent at the end of this season. 2 balls and a strike. Here it is. This is on the ground over to first. Fielded cleanly, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Now batting, the shortstop, Trey Turner.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone, and in to bat is Trey Turner. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. High in the air out to center field. Cespedes is there. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Now batting, the second baseman, Howie Kendrick.
Here's Howie Kendrick. Head-to-head history with Marcus Stroman. He's hitting .429. Kendrick waiting. Now the pitch. Line to the right side. And that's in there. So perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
The left fielder, number 22, Juan Soto.
Into the box, Juan Soto. And a big swing and a miss here. 2 strikes.
Hey, boys, you talking about getting your ace swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2.
He's got to find a way to grab some composure out there and not let this inning get away from him. He was dominating, and now he goes out and gives up a 2-out single and then almost drills a guy. Get back in the zone.
Hit out towards second. Reined in. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Nationals leave one, but they're on top 2-0. Welcome back for the bottom of the fifth. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with the Mets manager to discuss his thoughts on his club's offense so far. And flat out, he told me they just need to put better swings on the ball right now. He said they're searching for ways to drive the ball with some authority because it's just not happening for them today. They haven't gotten an extra base hit yet, so it's been a real struggle getting guys into scoring position. But the key, he said, is not to panic. Sometimes you just have to fight through the downturns and keep your focus and energy high.
Thank you, Heidi. Now the 2-1. Yeah. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the fifth the same way he ended the fourth, with a punch out, 1 away.
This pitching staff has done a really good job against this guy in this series. This is a really good hitter, and it's not easy to make a guy strike out 5 times in a series up to this point, but that's what they've done to this guy so far.
Stepping in now, Wilson Ramos. A ball and 2 strikes.
That's just too much velocity upstairs to get good wood on it. It's going to have to lower his sights.
And it's fouled away. 1 out, nobody on. And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
Marcus Roman.
Keith Hernandez will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. Now a curveball here, nowhere close. That's in the dirt. It's 3-1.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
And he lays off, ball 4. So he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
Well, they've been unable to get to this guy, so they'll take base runners any way they can get him. At the very least, you make him work from the stretch and add to his pitch total.
Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in Jeff McNeil. Line towards center field. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. Mets leave 1. They're down 2-0. Brad Brock takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound.
Number 29, Brad Brock.
Top half of the 6th about to get started, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Vladimir Guerrero. Now the 1-1 pitch. Pulled high in the air out to left field. Smith will wait on it, and he's got it for out number 1.
The center fielder, number 10, Andre Dawson.
In now for Washington, Andre Dawson. It was a walk in his last trip. And here's a pitch swung on and missed. 1-2 now. This is on the ground over to first. He's got it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
The catcher, number 8, Gary Carter.
Now to the plate, Gary Carter. No hits to this point. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. Nothing doing here this half. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the home half of the 6th. The Nationals lead it 2-0. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and next it'll be the outfielder, Michael Conforto. Conforto behind, a ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, I don't mind that take right there. That was a nasty breaking ball. Started outside the zone, popped back inside the zone. Good spin rate on it. Move on to the next pitch.
Swung on and fouled as it looked to make it all the way up into the concourse area. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone.
Wow, that's one of the toughest pitches in baseball to hit right. That good straight changeup, El Cambio. There's not much you can do with that. You're going off of that arm speed, and the ball, it just doesn't get there.
At the plate now, Robinson Cano. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact.
Hey, every ball club has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. There to take it is Guerrero. 2 gone.
Up next to the net, the first baseman, Pete.
Up next, the power bat of Pete Alonso. 4 hits already in the series through 7 at-bats. And now a curveball that's low and in the dirt for a ball. It's 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
3-1 count, tying run on the on-deck circle. You have to be very careful right here to make a quality pitch on 3-1.
And a full count now, 3-2.
One of the best ways to keep a guy uncomfortable is to pound him inside. They're doing that, and this one caught the zone.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Fouled off. And he takes ball 4 again, and they clearly just don't want any part of him in this one.
The left fielder, number 2, Dominic.
In now, Dominic Smith. No hits for him to this point, not unlike many of his fellow teammates. One and one, here it is.
At the ball. I got 2-1 the count.
To 2-2 now.
Guess who tipped their hand? They were sitting all over a piece of cheese. He flew open on the front side.
The 2-2. Big swing, and this one's launched to right field and deep. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him. And the Mets have come back to tie this one at 2.
Yeah, everyone in the stadium, including the guy in the mound, knew it was just a matter of time until this guy cranked one out of here. Well, that's the first one of the year, And many more are sure to follow.
Into the box now, Yoenis Cespedes. Hit weakly back to the mound. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. But the Mets do strike for two, both coming on this two-run home run. Bottom third of the order, 7, 8, 9 due up to start the seventh, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Now at the plate, Starlin Castro, and he'll get us started in what's officially the back third of this one. Here's the 1-1. Now the fastball is swung on and missed. Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. Now a swing and a miss as Castro is retired here for the first out.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
Standing in now, Ryan Zimmerman. And he lays off, ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
And that hole at bat, I feel like he really didn't want to challenge him. And I'm really surprised by that because I think this is a guy in the bottom third of the order you have to go right after.
Adam Eaton will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Adam Eaton.
And this runs inside, and that looked like it got him pretty good.
Man, that's going to drive the manager insane. He loses control of his release point, and now the go-ahead run moves 90 feet closer to scoring. He's going to have to make some good pitches now to get out of this.
So it's a tight spot here. First and second, one man out, and that'll bring up one of the fastest players in all the land, Trey Turner. And that misses for ball 4, so the potential go-ahead run moves over to third now.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Coming to the plate now, Howie Kendrick. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, the Nationals could use a big hit right here. They really haven't been able to do much all game long. This would be a great time to get something going.
The 2-1. Now a ball lined to the left side, but this will be a foul ball. Looking for the K. Here's the pitch. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. 1 run scores, and the throw in gets away from him.
Well, that's a huge base hit right there, Dewar. We're getting late into this one, and that gives them the lead by 2.
Yeah, that could be a backbreaker right there. We'll see how this one ends up, but nice job to get that knock right there to drive in a pair.
Jerry Familia takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away.
Jerry Familia.
So now to the plate, Juan Soto. 3 balls and a strike to the Nationals left fielder.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. But this will hang up just enough as he takes it in stride in left center for the second out.
Now batting, right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Vladimir Guerrero. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
2 down, runners at first and second. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch to the right side and through, a base hit. The throw to the plate. But the throw is well up the line and he scores easily.
Hey, D-Roll, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
Digging in, Andre Dawson. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them.
Yeah, 2 on here and 3 on the board already. They've absolutely come out and forced the issue of this inning, Matt. A hit here could really fire up that dugout.
Here it comes on 1-1. 3 runs already home here. Hit out towards second. Fielded cleanly. And a close play at second, but the throw does beat him and the side is retired. So they pick up 3 runs on only 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 2 men left on base. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. It's the Nationals 5 and the Mets 2. Daniel Hudson will come on in relief as he'll make his 2nd appearance of the season so far.
Daniel Hudson.
Last half of the 7th here, and up next the switch hitting Stanford product Jed Lowry. The 2-2.
Well, the 1-2 pitch didn't go his way, and now a miss there on 2-2. You know he doesn't want this at bat to get away from him, so I think we're going to see a challenge pitch on a full count.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Oh, and he lets him off the hook there as this isn't even close for ball 4.
Well, that was a slider and a 3-2 count, and it just didn't tempt him enough to get a good swing. A good job of pitch recognition and knowing the strike zone to draw the free pass there.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And next is the catcher, Wilson Ramos. 5-2 our score as we play inning number 7. Well off the plate with the change of pace. That's ball 2.
All you want is the leadoff man to get on to start a big inning, maybe get a big rally going to claw your way back into this ball game.
Two and 2 to the Mets catcher. Softly hit down to third, likely no shot at 2. Kendrick on to first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now.
Nice job on the mound to bounce back from the leadoff walk. Those are usually pretty costly, but that won't be the case this time after the 2 ball.
Brandon Nimmo will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Hitting for the Mets, number 9, Brandon Nimmo.
He ties him up with a fastball inside, 1-2.
When the pitcher on the mound's establishing this kind of heater, you got to come off everything else and find a way to get that bat head in the zone.
Nimmo with an even count of 2-2 now. And some action out in that Washington bullpen now as we see both a left-hander and a right-hander throwing. And strike 3 called as he says, you got to be kidding me, with the side retired. Nothing doing for the Metropolitans. And the deficit remains 5-2. Dylan Betances has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
68. Dylan Betances.
Ready to begin the 8th. And next to hit is the catcher, Gary Carter. And that misses, 2-1. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. Here it comes. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2. There's Starlin Castro. He'll follow next. And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Now batting, the third baseman, Starlin.
Now at the plate, Starlin Castro. He went down on strikes last time up.
Sometimes you just got to tip your cap to the guy on the mound. He's getting paid to try and get you out as well. Anytime it gets up there north of 7, 8 pitch ABs, sometimes it just comes down to pure execution. Let's see if he makes the adjustment right here.
We're in the 8th inning now of a 5-2 ball game. Line drive to left. Smith is there, and he'll bring this one in.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
Digging in, Ryan Zimmerman. 0 for 2 for him to this point. That's back toward the mound. This will be a tough turn, however, and he won't even think about second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
The pitcher, number 74, Daniel.
Josh Harrison will look to provide a little 2-out thunder off the bench as he'll hit with a runner at second and 2 away. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. 1-2 now.
Hey, this is a big pitch right here. Can't allow them to tack on any more runs. Let's see if he attacks his zone or buries something in the dirt.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Now another 1-2. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time.
When a pitcher's close to working through a quick inning, that's when you really need to grind out some at-bats. He's done a good job of that, and that's really big when you're hitting towards the bottom of the order.
Working for the punch-out and the offering. Tried to bury one down and away, but it's a full count now, 3-2. Trey Turner would be next. Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. And he struck him out, so he was forced to make 9 pitches that at-bat, but he'll take it as the inning is over. One left for Washington. They're still out in front, 5-2. Tanner Rainey is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 21, Tanner Rainey.
Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and that'll give way to the third baseman, Jeff McNeil. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Gets him to swing at a pitch down and out of the zone, 1-2. Hard hit ball to second. On to first with it is Kendrick, and it's in plenty of time for the first out.
The right fielder, number 30, Michael Conforto.
Settling in now, Michael Conforto. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
Nearly got the inside, but ruled a ball.
Got to find a way to scratch at least one across. You do not want to take on the monster closing the game down 3.
Ball even at 2-2. Pitch on the way. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. Stepping in, Robinson Cano. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
2 out, nobody on. And a fastball called strike 3, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Mets. They trail 5-2. Edwin Diaz enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. All set to start the 9th in this one, and that'll bring forth the slugging shortstop, Trey Turner. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Heading out towards shallow right. Conforto is in a few steps as he takes it for the first down.
Now batting, the second baseman, Howie Kendrick.
Digging in and looking for more, Howie Kendrick. A couple of singles for him in 4 trips for him this afternoon. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Man, this guy's been locked in all game long. I don't know where that ugly swing just came from.
The 1-2. Now a swing and a fly ball, but this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Hit high and deep out to straightaway left. Back on it is the left fielder. Gone! A solo shot there for Howie Kendrick. First home run of the campaign for him as they open it up to 6-2 now.
Well, you've got to love seeing a team that's never satisfied. They were up, but they've extended the lead to an even more comfortable 4-run margin. Going to be tough to come back from this one.
Into the box, Juan Soto. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. So next will be the 4-hole for the Nationals. Vladimir Guerrero. He's doubled and singled in 4 at-bats in this contest. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
Looks like this guy's afraid to throw the ball in the strike zone. Gave up that home run earlier in the inning. Needs to get back to being aggressive.
The 2-1. And he struck him out. So a good pitch there, and now they're going to need to string some hits together in this last at-bat if they want to get back in this thing. Nationals able to add on thanks to the long ball. Last chance coming up here for the Metropolitans. It's the Nationals 6 and the Mets 2. All set for the bottom of the 9th. And next to bat will be the first baseman, Pete Alonso. Strike 2, swinging just out in front of the slider. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. The 1-2 is offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 3.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
In now, Dominic Smith. 1-2 to Dominic Smith.
Get it ready, big boy. This guy's throwing 3 digits right here. The best way I can help the fans is 90 to 92, you can usually see seams. 92 to 95, it starts to really quicken up on you. Over 3 digits, you're seeing a white blur.
The 1-2 is offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 3.
Well, he's really rolling on the mound right now. All you have to do is look at the last 4 hitters for evidence. All 4 of them have gone down on strikes, as you're seeing here. That's not easy to do, so you know he's got to be pretty dialed in out there.
At the plate, Yoenis Cespedes. Swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to their final strike of the afternoon.
Wow, he's cruising right now out there. 4 straight punch-outs and working on number 5.
Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And a swing and a miss, as they definitely had him reaching for that one, and this ball game is over.
Well, just an excellent job right here closing this one out. He just collected the first save of his career. Got to start somewhere.
6-2 the final total today. The Nationals used a 3-run 7th to help propel them to the win. Dennis Martinez gets the win on the mound, his first of the year. Tanner Rainey works 2 full innings in relief to record the save, his first of the year. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
The final line score for our ball game this afternoon: for the victorious Washington Nationals, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Mets, 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 9 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.